Good morning. Gotta get the desk organized. Oh, it's Friday. Friday. So that PR got merged. It was great. It's fantastic. Seriously though, it really is nice. All right, got my phone set up. We are ready to go. Pop over here real quick. Oh, good. The other one got merged. We'll have to pull that. The other one that's not mine. Carousel had a reorganization one. But yeah, I had a little PR out for removing enums, but no, I don't think we should remove enums this way. If we go back, I think it might be this one. Yeah. So if we can instead build the enums similar to this, where we have associated constants on new type pattern, I think it gives us kind of, it hits the sweet spot of Rust doesn't mimic kind of the C enum the same way, and you have constants. Because we'll have some sort of value under the hood that'll work for that. Now, I think it's going to be possible due to how these things are actually set up. And Toasty said it doesn't think it always works, but I think it might. We'll have to check, but I think it might always work, especially even for the one he mentions here. We look for a Godot engine and what was it? Object connect. Let's do another quick sanity check. Object documentation. If we look at the methods, was connect takes flags here, integer at the very end there. Now if we look back at the enumerations here, yeah, it's got connect deferred, connect persist, connect one shot. So it's got these connect elements here. Oh, but it's called flags. It's but it's connect flags. I see. So I think that to map this back to what we had, close some of these. Or was that PR? Nope, not that one. Normally I close a bunch of tabs because, well, it's hard to keep track of them all. We're just going to close the other ones. Close tabs to the right. All right, come back and through here. Da-da-da-da-da. For example, I have a flags argument that's supposed to take a value of the connect flags enum. I see, is that not consistent enough? Is this just called flags instead of connect flags? Let's take a look at the JSON. Oops, let's take that down. There we go. Oh, API.json. Base class object. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's object. Here are the constants. I'm going to copy some of this in there. So we've got that. Constants here. Why is that highlighted? Huh. Oh, because it's a search. Yep. Methods. We might hit connect before we get to the enums. Oh, here's connect. And it takes arguments. Where's its args? Here they are. All right, and where's the enums for this type? All right. So this enum is called connect flags. I see. And what Toshi was saying was that well, this flags here, well, it should be connect flags. It shouldn't just be flags. It should be connect flags. Yeah, because even the naming after that is eh. We could guess. We can map it ourselves, depending on how many of these there are. I do like the idea of being able to use something like this. Right, just so that you know, it's supposed to be a text line. And you can say, oh, I want text line left. Right? And it's the right type. And you know it's the right type because the compiler checked it for you. So you're not going to have that bug. You're not going to have, you know, some value that doesn't exist there, which would be really nice. You use the compiler for what the compiler is good at. Let's try it out. there's the delete me. We're gonna go back. I think what do we have here? Git diff. No, you know what? I should have announced. All right. One more moment. There we go. Okay. So it looks like I already did a little bit here, and that the name is going to be whatever from 0. Then up here, and I think this here, so here we have the variant, and then it's kind of the same pattern. You basically have the class here for variant, but this is in the case where it's a custom class, or something like Node 2D or something like that, and it would look like enum dot node td : and then the variant name, or the enum name. Basically, I chose to only keep the enum name, drop the rest of it, and just pin that into. So the class is actually not used anymore for that. We'll see. We might come back to that. Might not be kept. And is param enumeration. So we're also going to need some way to check whether or not the parameter is one of the class enumerations. Okay. Let's just find enum and fix something. Oh, that's... Actually, where should we start with this? Let's start... find gen lib in the bindings generator. We'll pop down to generate class bindings and generate enums. Okay. Now, I do like this pattern that Parafel had suggested. And just for a little refresher, it's supposed to look something like this, where we create a type and using the new type pattern, drive everything that we can off of it, and then we import that and toss a bunch of constants on that. It's kind of like namespacing the constants, really. Then just some basics on there. Should be fairly straightforward. So this is what we're going to go for. Post a link in the chat. The Mr. Software. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I guess it's Juneteenth. Anyhow. We might actually get a half day at work today. I don't know. Okay, so given that little blob of code there, let's start with the basics. Let's look and see what's going on here. Looks like we are going to output a chunk of enums at the end. I think that's exactly what we want anymore. As you can see here, we're creating an enum with the values, etc. So a class might have more than one enum. I get this. So this section here on 244, am I in the right spot? I'm not in the right spot. Okay. This section right here on 244 is really just going to be stamping out of this section up here, which is inside of this combinator. So we'll really be working up here, and then they get kind of expanded over here. So between 233 and 240 going to be the new code. So below that, I'm just going to drop a comment with all that code in it. We can see we'll just generally pull stuff up into it. So some of the easy ones, this. Allow non-camel case types. I don't know if we're going to need that. Obstruct. Now we need to know the enum name. And I think I'd rather call it type name. It's going to be an I64. And then we'll have this again. Oh, no, impl. Type name. One of those. And then we'll have the list of the variants inside of it. Which in this case is what's that? Let's call that consts, plural. Okay. Okay, now we've got all this up here that we can sort through. Yeah, we got enum values, all sorts of stuff. Maybe we should just get rid of that, but there might be some enum specifics in there, like try remove prefix, things like that. Yeah, like what is this, enum without mode? And little things like that. Oh yeah, if it ends in mode, etc. All right, so what is this? Here, attempted to turn this into like a combinator. What is this? Values. You know what? Here, let's get the rest of this in there, and then we'll delete that comment. Okay, that's going to be fine. There we go. Fill this out. Let's see, from i64, function from is going to take some value, i64, and it's going to return self. Yeah, I know we don't have type name yet. This is a function from, let's see, v is going to be of type name. This will return i64. Well, it's technically self, because i64 still has a self. And this is just going to be v.0. Okay, that's good. Let's get rid of the comment if we don't need anything else in there. Might toss one of these up here and comment it out, just so we know. Okay, that's supposed to be like that. Let's get rid of this comment. There we go. Okay, first things, type name. That's going to be our new type, so something like text-align. And if we look at the api.json file, that would be, in this case, connect flags. And the variants would be these here, connect ferd, and yada, yada, yada. So connect flags. Let's see, where's the beginning of that? I'm going to jump to the beginning of that block here. There we go. So in this case, we have E, and that's the enum. Use lowercase to test because of different chemical conventions. Oh, I see. Enum variants to skip. What is this? Oh, that's right. There are a bunch of these elements in here. Yeah, heck is going to be great here. Morning, happy Friday, Museum. How'd your explorations go last night? I had to tap out and sleep. I didn't get anywhere with them. Well, it looked cool. Oh, nice. That's cool. Type name here is just going to be e.name. All right, now for the consts. They look like that. So instead of key equals value, it's going to be pub const. Now we actually want the enum name here, or the, the variant name. The, 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 We're going to want type name much further up. It's going to be type name equals type name, and then whatever the value is, val, semicolon. Okay, let's move that type name up. Oh, I see. That's not an iterator. That's a token stream. Why is that a token stream? All right. Let's change this. Let consts equals values, not u values. Hey, Carter, how's it going? So, Musean, Carter had a lifetime issue that we couldn't figure out. And it had to do with a lifetime going through a builder. And it seemed as though the builder was capturing the lifetime of, and we were getting this strange lifetime error about moving out of something borrowed. I forget exactly what it was, but it was strange. We didn't know how to get through it, but if we just removed the builder and the type that it produced, then it was fine. So basically, it was just the struct that Carter had was just a vector and another value. And that other value was passed into the struct whenever it needed to be iterated over, into the vector whenever it needed to be iterated over. It was strange. We spent, I don't know, an hour on it. Where were we? Key value. Okay, right here. Oh, I don't want to make this as U32. Yeah, we're not doing that. We want the 64. Oh, in the stream at the moment. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if we have a kind of minimum reproducible bit of code there. I actually went to bed thinking about that problem last night. And I think what was happening was the vector that's getting built up in the builder, like somehow that's screwing up with the lifetime. Yeah, it was strange. It was weird. And it had to do with specs, right? Specs has this type called run now, has a trait called run now. And you have to pass the world into these different dynample run nows. So you have this collection of these run nows, and you have to pass the world into it. Yeah, it was a good little foray into lifetimes. I don't know, but Carter, if you still have that in a little playground thing or something, I would actually like to take another stab at it. maybe off stream or something, but still. All right, so we're going to do a iters.map there. Oh, here we'll just return. Oh, wait. Oh, we're mapping, aren't we? This is more of a filter map then. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're not going to const extend. We're just going to return the sum of that. Okay, now the return type should all be the same. Post that on there. And we have const down here. But we have to close that. Good. Oops, I spelled return wrong. Return. That's a new one. Okay, so here we have a number of things. Class name as stir. Use lowercase to test. Are those always lowercase? I didn't think class.name was always lowercase. Unless we're lowercasing them later? Down here. So what's the point of this enum reference? It's just a type to use in here. Okay. It's used in this list. And here. Okay, that's fine. So we build up this enum reference, which is just a reference to a number of stirs. All right, and I don't think we actually need to do this. A previous value we can get rid of, because we're going to stamp them all out. They're more const now. All right, that goes away. Okay, we'll check if that's still needed later. Removing mode from the end. Which enum names have mode? RG-A5. We're going to search for enum and API. Where am I? Oh, I'm in GD native core. Oh wow, reflection probe update mode. Compression mode. Go find compression mode. Now for where this is actually taken, where's compression mode taken? Is there a compression mode? There is. Get and set compression mode. I'm interested in the setter because I want to see the arguments. Yeah, okay, it's just mode at the end. Yeah, I wonder how many of those we're going to run into. Where the argument takes 964, and then it takes an enum basically with a compression, or rather a bit set. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out and map that somehow back to this. I mean, if we just look through all of our enums and see if they contain mode, we can either build up a manually mapped sort of table saying, oh, well, if you have this, do that. Kind of like a visual spot check. I wonder how many of those there will be. 5, 50? We'll see. And this is also compression mode. We could probably also use the name of the setter as a hint. Ah, my voice today. All right, so then we have set compression mode. We could look and see if the setters actually match the enumerations. Because if they do, that's a pretty clear giveaway that they want that. Well, I'd say it's a strong hint. Yeah, if an object had a method that was called set compression mode, and then it also had an associated sort of enumeration lying right next to it, would you expect that that function took something of that type? Probably. All right, where is delete me? Delete me. All right, so here, set compression mode. The other thing it could be is in object connect. I think that also takes, maybe, no, that takes flags. Where is that? Connect flags. Yeah, this one's probably the most loosely associated in that here we have connect flags, and this is going to be on what type? This is on object. So object.connect, fairly generic. Then we have the constants, which we're trying to merge, or rather move, into some structure that's a little bit more organized. And then where's the enums? Back to where we were. Actually, I want to look for connect in that list. Or was it? Here. Argument, target, method, lines, and flags. So we look to see, is this argument an int? Right? If it's an int, is it in enumeration? And I think most of the time, we're going to have exact matches, right? This would be connect flags. All right. What's the code we're working on? There it is. Ah, I was trying to figure out, do we still need to strip off mode? What was the answer to that? Like compression mode. So here we have a couple of, oh, look at this. This has mode in 2 of the flags. Wow, okay, we might not be able to do that. So file, make a note of that real quick. What was the other one? Compression mode, oh, mode flags, okay. So what uses mode? I think it's, oh, you know what, let's look backwards for int. No, store 8, yeah. So those. Ah, mode flags, this one's exact, good. And this has compression mode, so we do want to keep the mode on the end. Hey, Cat Peasant, how's it going? Oh, here's the branch. Awesome. Thank you. I'm going to keep going with this for a bit. I want to see if through this, but I might take another look at that this weekend if we don't get to it this stream. All right, so my question was, do we trim off mode? I don't think we do. And what's going on after that? Okay, so the camel case. If I remove prefix, yeah, I'm not sure about any of this here. I'm going to comment this out and see what happens. If I remove prefix, what is that actually doing? Yeah, I want to know because basically it was just telling us that we couldn't keep hold of borrowed values or something. Go with type names down here. Put type name up. Too far. There we go. And the variant. What shall the variant be here? Name? I think so. That's not going to be right because we need to format it, right? That needs to be all uppercase. To let's look at heck. Shouty snake case. Is that actually what their API says? Oh, sorry. Let me see. That makes it be game static because box implies the lifetime is static. Let's see. All right, 2 shouty snake case. That's a lot to type for a trait. All right, back to the code. To the code. Whoa, that's not it. Oh, where'd I get that? Dot. Copy. Paste. Yay! Okay. Oh, and we have to pull that in. Heck. Shouty snake case. Don't get rid of the other one. There we go. Is camel case not really used? Yeah. Well, for now. Doesn't need to be mutable now. Good. Actually, it's not even used at all. Good. Now here we have consts. Take a look. So we have this enum reference, which we're just checking to see if it contains that. Okay. enum variants to skip. Why would we skip something like RPC mode slave? Oh, because it's a duplicate. But we don't need that anymore. RPC mode sync. Yeah, it just looks like it's the duplicates. I think we're okay to not do that. Okay, so what else? These two, I don't think it's going to matter. Flag default on texture layer. Why wouldn't we want this? Is it because it's just a combination of the other three? I'm guessing that's all it is. Why would they not want this? Are they just bad? Let's look at the history on this file. Tell me about that change. Why is it taking so long? Alright, let's just go to... Oh, it did it. It did it just as I was giving up on it. Oh, it's because that's a gigantic file. Fix wine generation. Ooh. Okay. Let's take a quick peek over in Godot land. Sorry, the Vim is not happy with whatever I did to it. I'm stuck over there. Come on. Oh, okay, Kitty's still alive. No buffers were deleted. Fine. Show me your list of buffers that you currently have open, please, Vim. Computer, show me your buffers. Come on. There we go. Wow. All right, we're gonna look here. These, oh, let's see. Fixed bind generation. Hide new problematic enum in Godot 3.2 beta. Negative enum values are. Okay. Oh, let's look at the bug. Yeah, duplicate values. Okay. All right. It seems mostly related to there being duplicates. All right, I'm going to go out on a limb and delete this. Which means that's not used. Well, it's used in one place. And this is only used to see if we need to skip it. Get rid of that and that. All right, can we actually get rid of more of this? Try to remove prefix. Where did that... What does this do? We have a key and we have a prefix. So if it starts with prefix, okay. And what was key and prefix? Key here. Key. I see. Yeah, let's see if we can remove the prefixes later. And this is for something like if you have like image and then all of the prefix. So if you have some enum called image, and then all of the variants on the enum start with image. So image : image something. I think that's what it's trying to do. try to prevent that from being created, and instead just give you image foo. Oh, it's not a bad thing to do. Okay, I'm going to leave that there for now. Mode? Nope, we're getting rid of mode though. So this will be e.name.toLowercase. Oh, sorry, I don't even have the chat window open. There we go. Okay, that's the general idea. Oh, do we not use key? Oh, I see. Key is e.name, isn't it? All right, we'll start there. Yeah, I know key's not used. That doesn't seem right, does it? It seems like the variant should be the key. There we go. And then we have the value. All right, let's see what that actually produces. Yeah, we'll leave it alone. Ah, perfect. Okay. Yep, so we have a bunch of those. Now, it was also saying that, here. What was it saying? Unexpected type argument. Why is that unexpected? Oh, is result? Oh, I'll bet we redeclare result. Hmm. A little slower this time. Nope. Hmm. Oh, impl result. There we go. Pubstruct result. Hmm. HTTP request. Is this your result? Well, let's see. How did this actually get built? Does it look correct, though? If it wasn't for result. Let's go to a different one so that syntax highlighting is a bit better and pull here. Hash type or flag, param, resolver status. Okay, here we have alpha mode, alpha none, alpha bit, alpha blend. Yeah, it does seem like we should trim off the front bits of that, doesn't it? Yeah, let's do that. I remove prefix. why does this need to be camel case? So it becomes camel case. Oh, that's to match beginning of that? Seems silly. So the key is made to lowercase. And we just check prefix. So why do we bother to do the snake case stuff? Is that for the rest of the underscores? The class is going to be like that. I mean, it almost seems as though we should be comparing. I don't know. All right, there's a little bit of history in here that I don't see. If it's numeric, something else going on. Return it to camel case. Key, which is this. Oh, I see. So basically removing the underscore. That seems like it's not needed. Remove prefix. Okay, we'll just leave that how it is. I would like to understand it though. What case are they guarding against? It's in the data, and we don't. It'd be impossible for me to understand all the data right at the same time. So how about let's leave this old version. Let's make a simple one. And then as we hit these issues, we'll see how they kind of fit into this. All right, but instead of this way, I want to go actually the other way. So I want to say, let key equal to so if the enumeration variant, so if like alpha none begins with alpha mode. Oh, I see, and that's why they remove mode off of it. Because there's alpha mode, etc. Huh. Well, we can see if the beginning of this and the beginning of that are the same. So take this to shouty snake case, split on the underscores. And so this would be alpha underscore mode. Just take the beginning of it, strip off the first little bit, or if the latter part ended in mode, just get rid of it. What did this look like before? Just save that G diff. Give it like 5 seconds. All right, I'm looking at the top pane. Yeah, that's sort of skipping it. Okay, it ends with mode. Just stripping it off. Okay. And that's only used in the second comparison, not the first one. Forgot I'm in Vim. I see. So this will give us that without mode, and then they go through and try to remove the prefix, and then there's some other case that, well, okay, I'm going to put this back. That has a number, which is what they're using elsewhere. Why did they do key this way? Oh, because they don't cover the last case, else key. This seems like a really weird pattern here. If let some, if let some. I need one more curly brace there. Think, no? Okay, something's wrong. I'll have to check on that again. Go back to this. Does that go back to camel case? Oh, I see. They're just giving us a slice into the key. string. Okay, that's fine. Now let's fix these here. So we have this map. On this filter. This here should be indented. That should be the end of that. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh, I'm inside of another one. And there's this one here. Yeah, Carter, I don't think you can use a box because you're going to want to have different systems in the vector. The box is the only way you're going to get dynamic dispatch there. Oh, let consts equal that. What are we using consts for? There we go. Okay, get rid of those two. Much better. Huh. All right, bouncing around a little bit in there. 150. If clause. Maybe missing an else clause. Thank you. Wait, what? Okay, this blob right here shouldn't be there. It should be this. Where'd that other bit come from? It looks like code that I wrote this morning. There we go. Oh yeah, not a vector anymore. Just be an iterator. Why isn't Rust Analyzer helping me out? It's just giving up. It's like, no, I don't like your code. Go away. 155. Oh yeah, it doesn't need to be mutable. Ah, there we go. Oh yes, and because of result. That's right. Let's take a peek though. So we'll go through and we'll namespace that result or do something with it. I want to find one of these constants, like this. Its capabilities. Rotation mode. Okay. That looks okay. There's a couple spot checks here. Blend mode. Huh. Was blend underscore mode underscore blah. Why didn't blend mode come off there? Because this is actually blend mode here. This is code that's like perfect for tests. You find these different cases and you capture them all in unit tests. Let's see, how do we do this? Create a function. Function generate enum name, enum honest name. Okay, we'll take some stuff here. We will give back stir. So what do we need? We need the class name. And then the enum name. Or we call it variant. Oh, no. This is, So we have the enum name, we have the variant name. Are we going to need a lifetime on that? It should be basically the same thing. Okay, so we'll pass those in, generate that, which means we can take all of this off. Okay, I think this is basically the equivalent of what we have. Let's toss some tests on here now. All right, let's give it an actual case from the API.json and name it after that. Oh, blend mode, there we go. Blend mode. As alert. Assert equals, we're going to assert that our blend mode is going to be, this is the input, blend mode interpolated, blend mode. Basically these two values. And given this, we just want to get interpolated out of it. So there are expected, one of these, and then we have our actual. Yeah. Those keys are right next to each other on my keyboard, and sometimes my hand is out of position. These two. Oh. So this is the enum name. I keep going to that window. I should not be going to that window. Blend mode. Yeah, they're all the same lifetime, really. Now, a lifetime question here. If I'm using this lifetime and I happen to give it to, let's say, here, this enum name, but I don't actually require that variant name have the same lifetime, just that the lifetime is basically long enough. My real intention is to give stir here the same lifetime as enum name, because stir, actually, is it going to be key? What does this do? Self-owned. I see. It actually doesn't need that. This returns string, doesn't it? because of the shouty snake case stuff. All right, but the question was, just for future's sake, if we had two different values here, and the result just needed to live as long as the first parameter, if it just needed to live as long as the first parameter, it would have the same lifetime as the first parameter. But the second parameter, would I give that a different lifetime if it was just used in here? You'd use the name lifetime? Let's see, but the second parameter, could it be the same as the first one? Oh, inferred. Oh, I see. Just like one of these. One in, one out, same lifetime. Okay. That's right. Doesn't need that. Those are references, aren't they? We need that. I see. Okay, so if you have two in and they're different, then you have to specify. I didn't actually update that code. But I just copied it in there. So E here. Oh, no. This is the enum, so it's really e.name. Whoa. Multivim failure there. I see. So if you have a function that's given A, has two borrowed values, person has lifetime, it's actually A1. Oh, I see. So it's deleted. You use function foo, self, impl, and iterator plus. I see. Plus the deleted lifetime. Oh, wow. Okay. I need to have more projects that deal with more lifetimes. Right, because it doesn't know which one if you're using the deleted one. I get it. Okay. Key, not in the scope. That's true. I think that's supposed to be the variant name. Oh. Yeah. Type's gonna change through there. Lifetimes are just type annotations. Oh, interesting. Huh. The return type has the same lifetime as the input. I see. That is a good way of thinking about it. It would be nice if Rust Analyzer was there. As stir. Oh. Yes. What else? If and else have incompatible types. Good. 148 or 149, 151. Okay. 151 and variant. That's actually a string. While this here is new keys borrowed. Oh, it's returning a string. No mistake. Which one must be the first? Oh, that's odd. All I did was add the type. Okay. The test going. Blend mode. All right. Yeah, because there's this other case. It seems like it should fall in the first case here, in that blend mode should be getting stripped out here. Because in this case, we're using enum name, which is the full enum name. So when we try to remove this prefix, and then we have the variant name, which is to camel case. The variant at this point isn't all uppercase. It's not shouty snake case. I wonder why we do that. Why not just make the other one shouty snake case? Because if we operate in shouty snake case, then we can return just a slice of the variant name, because the variant name should already be in that. All right, let's convert this. All right, so then we have that. We have enum name and shouty enum name. And if it ends with mode, we're not going to do a two lowercase on it. We're going to operate in shouty snake case. Yeah, I saw that. What is the history of snake case? I don't know if that's like an insider thing or there's like a early typo. It was funny. I just didn't. I wanted more to it. Oh heck, yeah, snack. Oh, I get it. Okay, I wanted it simple. That's like way too simple. That's good though. All right, and I think if we do this, this enum name is going to be a stir. We're going to do an allocation here, but from this point on, we're going to put our lifetime back. Is it this? We can do. This would not need to be that. It would just be a portion of that. All right. So we're going to return that instead. Let's operate on mode here. And try remove prefix. Now it needs to take. Okay, so it has that. Okay, now they're already in shouty snake case. So we don't need to do lowercase. We're not going to call toString on it. We're just going to keep the slice and then potentially return a none. Oh, I see. Okay, this doesn't have any allocations. Now we're just going to use a range. Still not sure what this chars, this nth prefix is numerics. Oh goodness, what am I trying to say? So what is this actually saying? So the key is characters, nth, that returns a character, map. So if the character after the prefix is a number, okay, because I think we just butchered this. What does Shouty Snake Case do for things like foo 1 bar? Or is the one on the foo 1 bar? The foo 1 bar. Because I think that's what this is actually testing. This is testing that the character after the prefix, it because I don't want to trim this if it's a number. All right, let's go back. But I think that's why it is. It's like either before or it's after. All right, so variant name is already Shouty, and we're going to operate in Shouty land, Shouty Snake Case. Okay. Good, and this is now going to be stir. Should just be able to return this, actually. Okay. Give it a check. Oh, if it exists from the closure. I see. So that's what nth does. But then why are they checking to see if it's numeric? Huh. Okay. Peeling back the layers here. Let's see. Classes 232 consider borrowing. Oh, I see. Yes. What else? 141 doesn't have a size known at compile time. These are borrowed. And camel case is not used anymore. Give it a check. Oh, look at this. Okay, this one we just haven't gotten back to. This one here, 139, that's not used. Oh, yes. there any time where we would actually want the original? I don't think so. I think we just rebind it here. Just enum name. All right, what a test. Blend mode. Oh. Interesting. So all right, so we need to trim one more. Probably need to rebind or something. You get start. Oh, what's... Oh, it'll return none if it's out of bounds. Oh, that's a neat API. Where is that? Is that off of stir? What's the same as back? I see. Oh, nice. Which means that we can just say get, give it the range, and... Oh, much cleaner. Yeah, that is much nicer. All right. One test, done. And with fewer allocations now. Good, good. All right, but cargo check. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's right. So I have to go in here, cargo clean dash B. Okay. But it's not called binding generator, is it? That's its name. Why would you use indexing into a hash map? I mean, wow. I'm guessing it panics if it doesn't find it. Huh. Alright, foreground. Whoa, awesome. Cannot identify. Ident cannot be a number. Use literal instead. Hey, there we go. Oh, it's actually panicking during the code generation. Oh, tell me where. That was interesting. So where are we doing that? There must be like one of them that doesn't like, maybe some token or something omitted. Proc macro quote, GD native here, 181. Okay, source classes. Well, generate enum vary name, actually, it doesn't, it's already a shutty case. But there must be a case where it's empty or something? Ident cannot be a number. Use literal instead. Oh, that's why the number check. This is going to be noisy. Luckily, I think our terminal is going to be up to the task. I see, and we probably remove FFT underscore size from the beginning of it. That's why the number check. Yep. Huh. Well, in that case, let's go back to our bind gen just to verify. I think I ran it again. Yeah, it's just becoming 256. Oh, is that a JSON query thing? I don't have JQ. Looks like kind of like the XML query language. What was that called? XPath? Well, I don't think we're actually trying to change API.json because it's a generated file from Godot. Oh, it's way more powerful? That's cool. I think we just need to adjust this and say prefix length plus 1. Because that was our, okay, figured that out. Oh, I see. All right, well, I think we got one case, correct? That probably fixed a number of other cases as well. I see what you're saying. So use that as input to that other function. Gotcha. All right, well, that test seems to be working. Yeah, that's all done. Okay. What was it saying about those warnings? Oh, and one thing that I'm having trouble with in this is actually getting error. Oh, what is that? 2. It just ends up being empty and there's no output there. Yeah, it's not working. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's it? Oh, that has been haunting me. Okay. The me of 20 years ago would be severely disappointed if they knew. Back when I was like a Linux sysadmin. Oh my goodness. Ah, All right, so here we're dealing with previous definitions of these things. I think we should probably create modules for this stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. That is so much better. I wonder if the colors are actually different. Oh, it is? Oh, the other ones are the back colors. I think I like the rust pilot colors better because they're meaningful. Okay, so for our next trick, what would be nice if we had something that was for this class. Why are these going into different files? Technically, they don't need to be in different files. Let's change that. Let's just have some sort of output for the moment. I don't think it's going to make a difference. It's just going to be one large chunk of code. All right, output. There we go. Findings.rs. I don't know. Let's just call it output. Is there like a convention, like a common thing that you see that? All right, that's in GD native binding. Let's go to GD native core. I see. All right. And Rust Analyzer is just not there today. All right, let's just jump in further. That's going to be in GD native lib. Then tab spaces is 2. Oh, that's great. Yeah. And most of those are already at output. Okay. Oh, that's great. I love how something so subtle like that just kind of heightens your like you sense it, but you don't know what it is. Um, Man, back where I lived when I was a kid, there was this restaurant, and there was always something off in the restaurant, and they had intentionally designed it so that the big, so like everything in this whole restaurant was like super square, right? Like, not like squares in like a square versus rectangle, but it was like everything at right angles, except for the thing at the very center. There's this big fireplace there. It was all like a very modern building, like a sort of modern style building. But this big grand fireplace chimney thing at the very center was just off a couple degrees, just a little bit, maybe like 3 degrees or something, 2 degrees, whatever it is. But it was off just enough to keep drawing your attention back to it. I think it had something to do with the restaurant too, like it was all named and themed and whatnot. But it was great. All I remember about the place, don't remember anything about the food, only fireplace being off. Well, let's see, what are we going to do here? Right line. What does that take? I don't know the. Okay, so it can be formatted or not. Got it. Okay. I think I want to do something like that. And then at the tail end of this, close that. Yeah. Oh, what font is this? This is Fira Code, F-I-R-A. And if you're a Vim user, there's the dot files. Oh, bars line. Oh, weird. Yeah, that is weird, Museum. That is weird. All right. Let's give this another check. I want to see. Oh, parameter use more than once. Binding gen. What? Oh, of course. And it should be here. Good. Now let's just do a code search for this and eradicate that. Just one? Wow. Oh, I see. Or was that? That's in lib 140. Okay, 140. How did I forget that? Huh. Oh, I didn't pull that in. Okay, so we need that. Oh, well, that's handy. Except it's not really exported there. Okay. Bindings build 14. Oh, I see. I misspelled that. ED. GD native bindings build 21. And that'll 2. Did I? Okay, there we go. Oh wow, it might actually be working. Oh, true. Just add a scope. Add a scope. Thank you. Same thing here. All right. Let's take a look at this. 4834. 4834. Oh. Yeah. Wait, why? Something's wrong. in our library, didn't we wrap this in a module? Oh, one of them calls generate class bindings and the other one calls something like generate class, right? So we need to do the exact same thing in generate class. Oh no, that one calls generate class bindings. So this one calls generate bindings. Generate bindings has imports and then does generate class bindings. Okay. That's in GD native core build. Go to GD native bindings build. GD native bindings build calls generate bindings. Slightly different. Looks like it should also have mod. Do we have any mods in here? Mod. Why didn't I write that line? Yeah, it's not in there. Although this is also the wrong file. Oh, is it using the wrong? I missed a step. Because we're not importing the generated.rs file. We're importing the old ones. So one there, and then the other one's in generated. Here, yeah. That's better. Good. Unresolved object. Right, object method table doesn't exist anymore. Perfect. Kind of perfect. At least it moved. So now let's look at the file, which there should only be one of. Okay, we got one for each of them, of course. We have global constants. Probably want the modules to be public. Yes, true. At least now all of these, like the AVR anchor, this enum, I think that what it is? No. I'm looking for an enum now. Um, is our generator? Pub mod, thank you. And documentation on the module. Oh, interesting. All right, so we'll get there. There's a bunch of coding stuff we should take care of first. We'll go. At the module level, we could probably link to like Godot's documentation. And because certain objects are going to be geometry, so the module is basically the Rust version of this. So maybe module level stuff could link to this, or this here is really kind of the class documentation. That okay, I'm gonna say no. Links are good enough. All right, only 314 errors, much better than the 10,000 or so yesterday. Object not found in the scope, that's fine. All right, so when we're creating these now, we need to know where they are. Node path doesn't exist at the same place anymore. If we take a look at this, 1437. Oh, wrong file. Oh, this is core. Yeah, it's a much smaller file to begin with. The node path doesn't exist there. Where should node path exist? Yeah, that wraps around. We don't know where node path is. Yeah, I don't even think we have it in here. Node path is something that's built in. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going? Oh, the compiler told me. Silly compiler. Oh, it's found. Well, yeah, that's for some impl ref counted. Okay, let's fix the ref counted thing. Let's drop down some of this. I know, right? The compiler. Always thinking it's helpful. Tell me to use stuff. I've got issues in my life. Times. Alright. Where's he going with this? Ref. Alright, where are we here? Oh, these are core macros. This is not the ref counted you are looking for. Special methods. There we go. Now, should I be using this fully, or just, I mean, where should that exist? Hmm. Like all public traits? Yeah, why is that? Wait, why is ref counted? I don't understand why ref counted is there. Found another module. Yeah, it's not in the generated code. I thought it was a top level. It just create ref counted? Looks like it got it wrong. No, that's a new one. Actually, I created it since 081. Yeah, pub tray ref counted. Oh, it's in ref counter, ref counted. Yeah. Okay. But it is re-exported at the top. So GD native core. There. Okay, so it is at the top. Why couldn't it find it then? Oh, because this is no longer at the top. Because now it's in a module and we have to tell it where it is. That's why. Okay, we're at 300 and something errors, 320. Let's see how many that takes. Ooh. Get API. Gonna be a lot of those. Option reference, also at the top. Okay, let's just go through some of these. Option. But that one doesn't matter. This is huh, here? Or maybe one of these two. Okay, so it must be this one here. That's not a bad idea, Museum. So which function are we in here? To Rust? No, is this expecting things to be fully qualified? I wonder what we're actually getting here. All right, Carter. Hey, yeah. Take care. All right, let's go back to where we were. All right, line mod. Right. Okay. I know we could use that unindent crate. All right, we're at 313. Let's give it another check. Oh, 142. That's so much better. These are interesting. Char, Char. I don't think I changed that. Ah. Ooh, yes. This is good. Instead of Yeah, I think where they're actually pulling these things in. So if we look at, let's say, generated here, they end up having these at the very, very top of each thing that they import. So the modules aren't getting these. I wonder what I mean, do we just kind of dump these at the top of each module as well? With the unused, allow unused imports? Oh, use super colon star. Ah, okay. Oh, that's a good idea. Is it the right way to do this? All right. Uh, the lib.rs is your binding gen lib.rs, which generates the code. Generated, though, is in GD native core, and that's where this file is just pulled in. So using super versus crate. I see it because this is in generated, it's not crate. Ah, okay, I get it now. I get it. Because in the other module, they're actually top level, I think, or they were recently. Which reminds me, I didn't rebase. Okay, I'll have issues later. Did I save that? Yes, okay. Down to 29. Oh, sure, right. One more there. Okay. I think this is supposed to be crate object in this case. Because there is this file, and I think this is what it wants, because on this file there are some methods here, and I think this is what it wants. So where is it? Where are we generating this? If actually it's this one. It's not the previous one. It's not this one. Okay. 29. 27. All right. Same thing for addref. Yeah. Probably going to be the special methods. There we go. Great. Addref. Yep. 17. All right, object not found in scope. Oh, because of the base class. Now, where does the base class come from? Finally getting to this point. Create, yada yada, that. Do snake case on that. Make sure we got snake case in there. We do. What was this? Oh, I'm still doing that. Okay. Object is not a valid ident. Why? Oh, it's because object is an ident. The colons are not an ident. Those are punct. Or punct. All right, where was that? Here. Okay. Let base class namespace or location discuss module. There we go. And here. Okay. Ooh, create generated object. Wow. All right, let's just go into GD native bindings. A cargo check on that. Okay, still 17, but this one doesn't have the name spacing issue. What is? It's still in generated. Is it in generated for both crates? No. It's not in. It's in GD native core lib. GD native bindings lib. Yeah, okay, so here oh. Okay, I feel like we should probably create some sort of generated thing just so it's the same on both sides. GD native. Generated RS. And in fact, that's going to look a lot like the other one. Yeah. Well, let's just take these pieces here. All right, now we've generated it there. Mod generated. All right, so it's consistent with how it was before, kind of. I know like everything else is currently in namespaces now, but. All right, and let's fix. Is it really going to be generated here? I guess so. In both of those, that'll be the same. A little wordy. Make it work. Down to 15. 17 to 15. All right. DRF. Oh, base class. Here, same thing. Okay. We're going to toss this in there. It's too much. Qualify base class. There we go. One more. And here. It looks good to me. Oh, I'm missing. Here. Oh, look at this. Gone up in the number of errors. Reference. Okay. Alright, that seems fine to me. Not found in the scope. Oh. Really? You didn't say. Why do I have too many? I shouldn't have had that semicolon at the end of that. That's it. Down to 15 again. Alright. Let's see, where is that going to be? That's going to be in create generated object method table. Let's go open object. Okay. Oh, same with reference method table. And then on 102, same thing. Okay. And on 126. Why isn't this just at the top? Alright, 11 errors. Good. Okay, this one here, like these little... Oh, these are reference though. They're all reference. Get script reference. What is this? Bind API. Alright, let's start at the top. Object method table. Classes 104. Was it 104? 108. Not classes. Class.rs. There we go. Okay, now this is generated. Object from sys. Oh, I see, and this is in variant. Okay, we should have object now. Oh, I did this one, not this one. Huh. Wonder where that one is on that. Well, let's look. It's only one of those? Two object? Oh, the upcast code. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Parent class here needs to be fully qualified. Where do we get parent class? Do snake case on that. Do we have, oh good, we have that in there. No, it's not formatted yet. We're gonna do a quote here. Gonna create a little token stream. Parent class module. No semicolon at the end. There we go. Oh. Forgot it's a macro. Gotta include those bangs. Six errors. Okay. From return position sys. Wow. All right, where's this one? 1643. Year of mute. Yeah, that's supposed to be a mutable reference, isn't it? Let's just double check that signature. Yeah, and mutable. Okay, exclusive bar on that. that should be the bottom error. Five errors. All right. 1505. Object set script. Interesting. This is entirely generated, isn't it? Is this an arg here? This option to reference? I think this is going to be in set meta. So in this case, I think this is just in methods. Find gen methods. Not generate method table. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Generate method impl. Generate methods here. So we get the rest return type. This is probably, no. We're looking at parameters. Rust safe name. Okay. See if it has var args. So it might be in here. This type here. So we're saying argument, get type. Argument in this case is what? The method argument. Just a Godot argument, okay. All right, and then we're getting the type from this. It's going to parse all of this. Probably in here. Okay. This needs to be fully qualified now. My previous attempt is not correct anymore. So the class name is here. We actually want the class. Class. We have the name. But what does this enum take? It takes a string? Okay. Format. That's the new type. Generated. This will all be lowercase. Colon that, right? Because we need module, the class, and then the name. Well, module is going to be derived of that. All right, but where is this whole thing getting used? So we do this from source, we get the type, and then we say to rust with you. Ah, but that's not a type anymore. There's an enum. We do a parse. Oh, that might work. I don't know. I don't know if parse quote's going to get the return type the same as the other. Okay, we'll see. Ah, class is an option. Okay. Or was it? API 268. Oh, 268. There we go. I got a Polycom. No, actually, it's a little cheapo VTech kind of cordless phone. It shouldn't actually be here. One of the kids left it here. They probably have plans. It did sound like a Polycom, didn't it? All right, so it's saying create generated AVR positional tracker. AVR positional tracker hand is not a valid ident. Oh, you don't say. Well, this kind of bums me out. I was expecting that that would be better. Actually, what it's saying it's an enum. It's supposed to be a string. Fine. We get the sin type back. I mean, maybe there are parts in here that we could iterate over. Maybe this parse quote could be a little bit more intelligent. How about we do a name dot split? We do a split like this. Well, that. Then we do one of these. Let's do names. Oh no way! You actually worked in a dev shop doing telephony stuff that used Erlang? That's awesome. That's really cool. Actually, did a stint at Ericsson after learning Erlang. Didn't actually do Erlang professionally there, but did get a little email exchange in with Joe. Joe before he died. Where are we going with this? Let's see. We're gonna map whatever the name is to format ident. And this thing's just kind of like given up on reporting errors, hasn't it? Oh, name not found on ident. Oh, it shouldn't be there. Okay. System for a virtual receptionist. Cool. Nice. Yeah. Sounds pretty cool. Oh, interesting. It actually got to the point where we were in GD native bindings. That's pretty cool. All right, now how do we do this? I think we can do colon first. Name. We do this more than once, like that. It's not an iterator anymore. Why is that not an... Oh, names, plural. Hmm. Split gives us a split, which is an iterator. We could collect it into like a vector or something, but I don't think that makes sense. Okay, and it's still panicking at that. Not a valid ident. And what can the pattern be? Yeah, okay. This is pretty much exactly what we're doing. Let's try again. Oh, procmac 2 ident. Create generated. This because of the return type here, the sin type. A path like such and such, optionally qualified with a self type as in this. Okay. Let's give it something here to use. In this case, it will be sin type path. Oh, I have to return that path. There we go. Not a type. Sin. I'm just wait. Sin type. It's right there. This is an enum. It's got a path on it. Ah, and we need a type path. Wait, what? What's that type path? So if that works, we can simplify that. Why is it trying to be an ident? Are we putting this somewhere else after this? This looks fine. Simplify that. Okay, so this will be a path. All those elements in it. Probably not going to output that. Oh, did it? Oh, goody. All right, so it did do that. We have colon. We have segments. Right. Oh, colon 2. Yeah, this all looks good. Okay. Colon 2. Separating these path segments. Good. That looks correct. Let's do this with the backtrace so we can see where Because right now, I don't know which one of those calls is actually breaking this. Oh, name is this. Okay, so we have to do the same thing here. All right, let's see if we can do that from memory. Let names equal, we'll split. Again. This might actually do it. Or, well, this part of it. It's going to be a little bit after this. Wow. Get rid of this. 151. Oh, didn't that have that on it? All right, so the params now. Was that 1689? Huh. Didn't we fix that for other ones? No. Wow, okay. Okay, so we got the return types on some of these. Let's just zip forward a little bit. Okay, casting, fine. BRF, yeah. Oh, there's not actually much in this crate. This is the GD Native Core crate. All right. And there's our new return types. Yay. What if we added a comma? Okay, so no, we're not getting the parameters. That's not even found in here. Okay, there's something special about this. Oh, is this in the object mod itself? Oh, no, of course. This is actual object class. Got it. Ah, I am way over time. I gotta get going. We're gonna raid Raimo. Thanks for hanging out. We made a lot of progress today. That little bit left, I think, is going to be it for the first phase of this. The next phase is to match the parameters with the possible types, the possible enum types. I think the first phase is nearly done. So, that, and I might stream this afternoon. Might have the afternoon off. So we'll see. See y'all. Bye bye.